Hello, welcome to FootyBrazil. This week we have three guests this week. There is an exciting show for you this week. First, we will talk about the Copa Libertadores, which happened last week. Then talk about Palmeiras, who are now the Brasileiro champions. They have been crowned the champions. We will talk about Serie B. Enrique is with us. And then we will have man for man, if we have time, Palmeiras versus Flamengo. So we have a Flamengo fan. Hello, Leo.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
And
I'm admiring your jersey. They say. I imagine you say, but we say top or shirt.
yeah, it's a retro one from back in the day. They re-released it. It's a classic one. Very very cool.
And I think Raf, you have your retro jersey. Is that a retro jersey
Yes,
too?
it is. Hello, everyone. So yes,
Hello,
this is
Raf.
a retro one as well. So yes, from the 80s, classic one.
From the 80s. Wow. And we have Enrique, who's wearing a Nike t-shirt.
Yeah, if I knew everyone would be joining with the retro, I would put mine as well too. But yeah.
I have a Gremio shirt for
All
you.
right, yeah. But that's you bought the one from when we went down to Serie B.
Oh yeah, so it's not a popular one.
No, it's very beautiful, but it's not a popular one. Yeah.
Okay, but you're wearing blue
Yeah.
Gremio colors, kind of. Okay, it's cold in England, but that's why I'm wearing this. I'm in my garden. Last week was the Copa Libertadores final. Let's start with that. And yeah, let me just show you the action. Did everybody watch it?
Of course. And I was wrong. I was wrong. Atlético Paranaense didn't park the bus. They went to play forward. They have the best chances from the 15 to 20 first minutes. They were very forward. They were playing well. There was a volley inside the box. That was very close to score. Before that, Santos did a nice save. And after that, we have the red card at 42 minutes that changed the match. And 42 minutes was the red card.
Do you
48
agree
was
with
the
the red
goal.
card?
And the second half, yeah, totally. Was not a red card. Was a second yellow card. So yes, was a fall for yellow card. The first one was yellow.
Yeah.
I think there's no doubt about both. But after that, it just changed the match. I mean, we scored at 48, and the second half was horrible. Was one of the worst half games that I watched in a while.
Yeah.
Beside Vasco games that no normally are worse than that, but our second half was horrible.
It reminded me a bit of that Champions League final with Liverpool and Tottenham. It was the same. A very boring match.
There was a goal early. Well, goal in the first half. The second half was people just trying to get over the line, isn't it? Just like blow the final whistle.
Yeah.
Paranense didn't offer much in the second half. I know they were down to 10 men, but I expected more. Yeah.
Yeah, but they surprised me the first half. I thought they would park the bus and try to play counter. No, they were the ones going forward. We were not finding our game. We just a lot of missed passes. David Luiz missed a play, and they almost scored. And Santos need to save. And we're not a great game for us. And I'm thinking the World Club Cup. Maybe if we play like that, we'll not be in the final. We're not gonna play against Real Madrid if we keep playing like that because the Copa do Brasil final was not a great game for us. We played the first half. The second half was horrible, and the Libertadores we only score in the first half because they have a red card. But the second half with one player more, I mean, we didn't offer much. We didn't offer much.
Not really. I didn't think so. I think you were relieved to win. And not that there was pressure from Atletico, but you just wanted the referee. You just wanted to see out the game, you say.
If they stop the game in the halftime, we would be glad.
Yeah. What did you think, Raf? Did you watch it? Sorry, Leo.
No, let me just finish. And there's one big thing that we're not Palmeiras fans, but after 2019, we are spoiled, you know? Like, it's not only the title, we want to play good, we want to
Yeah.
just be good.
Mhm.
Not like Palmeiras that celebrate every cup and title like it was the biggest thing in the world.
But it is the big thing, the biggest thing in the world. Anyway, I did watch it, and I was incredibly bored because I thought there would be some action. So when Atletico had one of their players sent off, I thought Flamengo would destroy them. I thought it would be maybe 4 or 5 nil in the second half,
Yeah.
but it was very disappointing. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
I nearly slept watching the match. Yeah.
Well, now you understand what we all passed through when Santos and Palmeiras did the Libertadores final. It was one of the worst games ever.
Was it?
That
Yeah.
was really boring. I'm having second thoughts about these one match only final because
It's horrible.
we had so far we had three, four, four.
Mhm.
So well, okay. First one was good. Flamengo versus River was good,
Yeah.
but then
But,
Palmeiras
but
Santos
but
horrible.
Flamengo versus River, it was only the last 5 minutes that were good.
Yeah.
Really, like the match wasn't great, I thought, and then just suddenly Flamengo scored two right at the end. I'm with you,
Yeah,
Raf. Yeah, I think these one-legged finals teams are cagey, maybe even more, and because the fans are not there, there's not a home team fans like pushing the team on. It loses some of the atmosphere and maybe some of the intensity. Yeah.
I'm really glad Gremio won before this happened, so I could manage to be in the stadium when we played Lanús in 2017.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it gives a chance for fans to be there. It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
point. Yeah. What do you? Yeah, Leo, go back to the two-legged finals.
oh, I'm. I don't have my mind on both. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, one one game final is cool, but the way it is here, that every game is very far, and I think both teams are very worried about losing, so it's never a good game. Flamengo and River was a great game because of the result, because of the turnover of the uh, end of the game, you know, the two goals. But besides that,
Mhm.
well, I was too drunk to remember, but watching the highlights was was boring, and there was not a lot of
Yeah.
chances. But I think was the best from this last four.
Yeah.
Flamengo and River played well. Was not a great game, but was not a bad game.
Uh-huh.
And but I don't know. I mean, 4 years we have in three finals and won two. So
Mhm.
if it keeps working like that, I
And
will
now
not
you are
change.
Tricampeão. How do you say it?
Tricampeão. Tricampeão.
Tricampeão. So you've won the Libertadores 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. Two in the last 4 years. And Palmeiras as well, right?
Yes,
Palmeiras
and
two
Gremio as
times.
well. Right?
2 times in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Palmeiras
Okay.
did twice, 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So who was your man of the match? Or this phrase from? Is it Brazilian? This phrase. I'm trying to add it. Balamersha.
Well, Bola Murcha is the worst player of the match for me.
Oh yeah.
Will be
the worst
definitely
player.
the guy with the red card. I forgot his name, but
Pedro Henrique.
Pedro Henrique, yeah, was
Pedro
his. And
Henrique.
and best player of the match, Bola Cheia, will be Gabigol because he scored the goal in like two finals,
Mhm.
two
He scored the
titles,
winner.
and he scored all of our goals. So
The winner in both
yeah,
matches. Yeah.
yeah, he's always there. Everybody complains about him not scoring goals, but in the special moments, he's there and he scored. So will
Yeah.
be him.
Okay, so let's look at the match. I will share the screen. Let's just watch some of the action. As you say, there wasn't many highlights, so this is quite short.
Yeah.
It took place in Ecuador.
Yeah, and like we said the last time, there were a lot of problems from travel agencies, so many Brazilian fans couldn't watch the game, couldn't go there.
This was the fast start by Paraná Atletico.
Yeah, it was a misplay by. Oh,
Oh,
and Felipe Luis got injured,
got
so he
injured. Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was too bad. I love him. I love him. He's very smart. He's very
Was that
good.
was that the first yellow or the second
No,
yellow?
the second. That's the second.
The second one. I think it's a little harsh, to be honest. I
Well,
think he
Yeah.
spoiled the match. I know, like it's two fouls.
I mean,
Every foul does not need to be a yellow. This is the goal, isn't it?
Yes.
yeah, the
And
guy gonna cross and Gabigol will be there. But I think they missed the volley there. In that highlights, they missed the Atlético Paranaense
First
volley
time.
inside the box,
Yeah, yeah,
right in the beginning of the match. Was for me
they
was
did. It
was
was a big
the
chance, wasn't it?
was the biggest chance besides the
Yeah.
goal was the biggest chance of the match.
And he was on side. It was close, but
Yeah.
he
But
was on.
this guy, Everton Ribeiro, he's
Mhm.
many times underrated
Yeah,
by other underappreciated by even Flamengo fans, but he's always playing well. He's always playing for the team. He's always uh he can play in very different positions in the midfield. He can play on the sides, he can play forward, he can play backward, he can
yeah,
change during the match. He's very smart. He's very smart
yeah.
and he
He's
plays
very
very well.
difficult to dispossess, isn't he? He always keeps the ball, protects the ball, passes it to
Yeah.
another person. I thought he played well.
how can this be a highlight?
Yeah.
That's
It's the
horrible.
short highlights.
Oh, there was something really important to mention here that when Flamengo scored and the players were celebrating, you could see there were fans who were not celebrating because they were not none of the clubs. They were not fans of neither from Flamengo or nor Atletico. So they were Barcelona, a club from
Yeah,
Guayaquil. So
Guayaquil.
they were there just because they got the tickets for free. So that's
Yeah,
how terrible these one-legged finals are because there are no
Yeah.
fans,
yeah.
not enough
True.
fans to fill in the stadium. So this is
Mhm,
horrible.
mhm. True. I just noticed Rodinei. Rodinei played well. I thought I watched it with English commentary, and the English commentator was loving Rodinei. And for some
he's
reason,
he's very intense, so that's always good. That's always good to watch. But the bad thing about him is sometimes he's very intense forward, but defense wise,
getting back.
he's
Yeah,
not very good. So when
yeah,
he's go back, sometimes he reads the play wrong, and instead of playing of marking the guy on the side, he go inside the box and changes all the defense system, and it confuses it all. But offensive wise, he's great. There's
yeah.
no much to talk about him.
So you mentioned the Club World Cup. Do you know who are the Mexican team? Has is it? It's not a Mexican team,
Uh,
is it necessarily?
I
It should.
I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know the
I
teams.
think
I
it's
only
February.
know that Flamengo and Real Madrid will be there. And
Yeah,
with our coach and the football that we are playing, I'm not very convinced we're gonna be even close to that game 2019 against Liverpool. That will not be even close like that.
there's a
I'm
long time to go.
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm just cheering for not be like 4 or 5-0 or even worse, like losing in the semifinals and not being the
yeah.
final. That'll
There's
be
always that fear. I had that
yeah.
fear. Well, I watched Liverpool the night of the Copa Libertadores final. Liverpool lost to Leeds at home, and then it was nice to watch Enrique. Yeah. And I had that
Also,
fear going into the Napoli match, thinking, "Oh no, we're gonna get beat here again." That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
so this time
Sometimes
there
it
will
kind
be an
of
American club playing in the Club World Cup.
an
The
American club.
Seattle Sounders. They are
Wow.
the
Seattle
champion.
Sounders.
So
They
are
are
they
the
the
conference
representative of?
champions.
Oh wow,
It's going to be
that's
in the
good.
US.
I'm not
Sorry,
not
what did you
I
say?
sure.
think I think it's going to be in the US, the Club World
Yeah,
Cup.
Oh, okay.
there was
Okay.
rumors about it, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, it's better for anyone who want to go there. I mean, I would consider
Yeah,
going there, but not in Qatar or any like very
yeah,
far
true.
places like that.
Hmm. Yeah, and there was talks of making it bigger, which I think would making it more prestigious for the European teams, possibly
But
making it
for us, I think Japan is the better place, right? It just feels good, right? I don't know why.
really because Brazilian teams won a lot in Japan.
And also because for me, as I grew up, always was in Japan, so I got used to it. So I
Yeah.
think, and Gremio won the World Cup, the Club World Cup in Japan too. So I think it's just mystical. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 1981, Japan as well. Flamengo won. Yes,
Yeah.
very
Was that
good.
Japan against Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
3-0. Yeah,
I've
and
seen the
Liverpool.
goals. I was 2 at the time, so I never watched it. But yeah, I've seen the highlights. Zico was too good for the
Yeah.
Liverpool players. Yeah.
Well, the fun fact is that Flamengo players, they gave a lot of interviews, and they said that before the match they were playing samba and pagode inside the field just to celebrate that they were in final. And Liverpool players passed through them and look like, look at these guys. They cannot play well, and they started like not taking us seriously. And then was one goal and the second goal, and then when they woke up was too late and we scored the third goal.
Yeah, it looked like you took Liverpool by surprise, definitely. Okay, let's move on to Palmeiras, who are now the champions of the Brasileiro 2022. And they played midweek.
Yeah.
And it was like a festival of you had already been crowned champions. Why had you been crowned champions before that?
Yeah, because International, they played earlier, so they had to win, but they lost. So we knew that we were crowned the champions. So it was, well, okay. But even though the match was pretty good, I'd say, I wasn't expecting that the Palmeiras to play that well. But, well, I think it was one of the best performances of the season. So especially well, look at our attack now. So yeah, Hendrik, well,
Hendrik played.
Yeah, he played, he scored, he did well. Yeah, fantastic.
Let's look at the action. There's no commentary with this. Ronnie, what a celebration.
That's a very good through ball by Scarpa.
Yeah. That celebration reminds me, I went to the World Gymnastics Championships this week.
Oh, yeah. The Brazilian girl has won the gold medal for, I don't know which category.
The women's all-round individual.
Rebecca Andrade.
Yes. I was there. I was watching it. It was the World Championship Gymnastics. I took my daughters. And they played the Brazilian national anthem at the end. There was a few Brazilians, not many, in the stadium.
She's a Flamengo athlete. And a girl from favela, from the slums here. So she has a very nice story.
Yeah, she was easily the best. She deserved it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The Palmeiras fans look happy.
Yeah.
So you have won the title how many times, Raf?
Now 11 times.
And who is your nearest challenger? It's way ahead, isn't it?
I think it's Santos. They have 8.
So closer than what I thought.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell or I tell that you created some titles from
Oh, come on, here
nothing?
It comes.
That was close.
I mean, at some point they come up with a lot of titles. I don't know. They revise a lot of the history, and instead of 4 or 3, they end up with 8 titles. I said, what?
Oh, really?
Palmeiras and Santos. I don't know what changed. I don't know what they found out, but they took a lot of titles from nowhere.
Yeah, well, the officially the Brazilian league started in 71, but before that, there were some national tournaments in which Palmeiras have won most of them. That's why. And Flamengo has also a controversial title in 87 because they refused to play the final. So they crowned themselves as champions, but it's very controversial that as well.
Well, everybody knows that we're not playing the champion of the second league.
Oh, you had to do that to play.
But
they invented that final to play against the Out of nowhere, they come up. Oh, okay. To be champion, we need to play against the champion of the second league, and said, no, no, we are champions.
The Division Two, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
that's why it's controversial. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And didn't I was reading about Palmeiras? Don't they claim to have won like the Club World Cup or an
yeah.
international
Yeah,
tournament? Yeah.
but well, the guy who organized this tournament was a journalist from Rio, so yeah,
Oh, really?
can say that was that important.
but but talking about this year, I think there was no one that can deny that Palmeiras was the best team in the league. It
Mhm.
was the most consistent team, always playing well, always hard to beat.
Yeah.
Uh, they how many losses you have, Rafael?
We were defeated only twice
No,
by
so
Ceará and Atlético Paranaense, and both they were home. We were playing home both times, so yeah.
Oh,
But
really?
still, um, but
Mhm.
I think that was the by far the best performance.
Yeah.
Look,
And you were the
London did
best.
well as well. Look, Dudu, yeah, Dudu was fantastic, and yeah, well, Van Roy,
Hendrik almost touched it.
Hendrik, yeah, he nearly scored that.
Danilo's playing well, isn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. He played very well.
Mhm.
Well, Fortaleza, they are playing well. So they are one of
Yeah.
the best teams of the second part of the season. They struggled a bit at the
Yeah.
beginning because they didn't have enough. Their squad was not good enough to play all the matches they had to. But now they are
It's
playing
Dudu
only
again.
the league. Yeah, Dudu again. Yeah, and Hendrik. Yeah, fantastic.
Dudu is like Garincha.
Yes, he was. Like
Mhm.
everybody knew how he would try to dribble, but still they couldn't stop him.
And there he is, the 16-year-old.
Yeah. So yes, his
Wow.
third goal in the season. Now, well, playing as for the main squad. So he's doing
Didn't
really
something
well.
happen with Dudu? He is a bit like Garincha in some way, isn't he? Didn't it? He was accused of beating his wife or something.
Yeah, something like that. So he went away. He lived and played in Qatar, I
In
think,
Qatar, was it? Yeah. Yeah.
for 1 year. And that was quite a good deal for Palmeiras because they paid like 7 million euros for a loan,
Hmm.
and they didn't buy him, so he
He came
got
back.
back. So we throughout this time we managed to win Libertadores without him. So we
Yeah.
got the 7 million, and then he returned and started playing well again. So that was a good deal for Palmeiras.
Yeah. So there we have the dancing, and he is a Palmeiras legend now.
He is, yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Palmeiras have that, like there's stages in throughout history in which Palmeiras had good teams, like back in the 60s, the 70s, then the 90s, and then from 2015 on. So we're now maybe we can say that that's the best era regarding titles and
Mhm.
players.
This
So
era.
yeah. Yes, because we've managed to win the Libertadores twice, Brasileirão twice, Copa do Brasil twice,
Yeah.
and even the region championship. We managed to win it twice. So yeah, in 7 years, there's been a lot of titles. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing to
yeah,
say.
I think Flamengo from 2019 was the best team I ever watched in Brazil by far. But I mean, taking consistency, the last 7 years, 5 years, I would say Palmeiras is by far the most consistent. Sometimes very boring to watch because very predictable, but very efficient. I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
I'm not taking, but a lot of titles, a lot
So
of wins.
how long has Abel Ferreira been the coach?
It's for two years.
Okay. So
He's
not
been
so.
there for 2 years. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's a short period of time, but still he managed to win a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Serie B. Sorry. And Gremio have got promoted, Enrique. They've played
Finally,
all their
nightmare is
matches.
over.
How was it in Serie B for a season?
I've been there before, so I know how it is. It was just boring. Yeah, it's boring. The matches are horrible. The stadiums are horrible. The pitch is horrible. Everything's horrible.
Really?
And also Gremio is horrible too. So you just get used to it. I'm just worried for next year. I think will not be as competitive as before. I think it's going to take a while for us to be back on our feet. So, but I'm worried about going down again.
But you finished
I
in
can't-
second. Go
I
on,
can't
sorry.
remember so many great teams in the Serie B in 1 year like this one.
It's horrible. I think Cruzeiro was by far the best one, and still they weren't that good. It's just the others were so horrible.
But they were big teams, weren't they? You had
Yeah.
four of them are in the top 4 positions now, but Vasco have one match to play.
Now there's nothing to play in Brazil, but everybody's expecting for Vasco's game tomorrow. It's
Yeah,
going to be fun.
that's going to be the
Yeah.
biggest match of the weekend.
So they
Even
play Ituano.
even the
Ituano,
TV
yeah.
changed the time of the game to broadcast the Vasco game because no one cares about the first league.
Everything's over.
Just-
Yeah, everything's over.
Even the
Yeah.
relegation in the first in
No,
Serie
we
A.
don't care about that.
Curitiba won.
Just
I
focusing
saw.
on this. Yes, Curitiba won, so they are safe
So
and
they
now.
might stay up.
So, and the great thing is be Ituano gonna play against Vasco and gonna play home. Ituano gonna
Yeah.
play home. So
Ooh,
if they
big match.
win,
Mhm.
Vasco is out. So
It's a big
That's-
match.
I think it's going to be their third year in Serie B already if they don't go up.
Yes,
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
so they
So
can't lose.
Do you want
A draw
Vasco
is
to win?
enough.
Do you care? I know, Leo. Do you want Vasco to win?
if I want Vasco to win, not at all. I'm cheering for Ituano. Always. The black and red team from São Paulo. Oh. and everything that can happen with Vasco will happen with Vasco. You know, I mean, they're winning the game and then they lost the game the very last minute.
Yeah.
All the Vasco fans that I'm talking to, they are like, man, we can't even complain about the other teams, about the referee. Vasco lose to themselves like a lot of times, so it's very hard. I'm just cheering to be a great game like it was the Gremio against Batalha dos Aflitos. It was Gremio and
Oh,
Náutico.
Yeah.
It was
Now,
one of the
That's Fleet.
craziest
That's
games
amazing.
ever.
It
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Ever.
I covered it
And-
on my channel. I made spoke about it because I
remember every second from that day. Everything that I did, everything that I said, I remember everything.
Really. Wow.
Yeah.
Was a great game. Great game.
Yeah.
Very
Anderson
intense.
was like Pele.
yes, he did like Pele. Yes.
He's even a bigger legend for us because he came back in 2015 and then he joined Inter and he helped them to be relegated.
Oh, did
So he's even a bigger legend for us.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I cover that on my channel. I do like an English version. I speak about it if anybody wants to watch it. If anybody's
I think it's going to
watching.
be funny tomorrow. I actually like Vasco, but if they lose, I wouldn't mind at all. It's going to be so funny.
It's funny if they lose, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We're going to do mano a mano, which is the Brazilian version, but man for man, Palmeiras 2022 versus Flamengo 2022. So Palmeiras, we saw, won the league. Flamengo won the Copa Libertadores, which is like
and Copa do Brasil.
and the Copa do Brasil. So it's a successful season.
Yeah.
So let's see, man for man, who is the best team? Palmeiras 2022 versus Flamengo 2022. So in goal,
Well,
Waverton
I'll go-
or Santos?
I'll go for Santos. Very consistent. Not many bad plays. Not many goals taken. He was great this year. Nothing to complain about it.
Okay, Raf.
Well, there's no doubt about it. You know, we know who is playing in the World Cup. Well, he's not going to play, but he will be there. Everton, by far, yes.
Just to watch the games.
Yeah, he'll be there watching the matches.
He'll be there watching.
Not
I think
playing, but still, he'll be there.
I think I saw an interview saying the World Cup will be the biggest moment of my life or something. Weatherton was saying, but I was thinking
Yeah,
he's not
probably.
gonna play.
That's probably true.
But he might play. He might play. So it falls on you, Enrique. Which
Yeah,
goalkeeper
I like
is
them
better?
both. I like them both. I think Santos is a very good keeper, and as well as it is Everton. But as I think Everton is being more, he's shining a bit more for more time, for more years. So I'm going with Everton this time.
Okay.
And I agree with that. It's more consistent for a longer time.
Yeah, but Santos is a fantastic keeper. I love him as well. I think they are the better. Them both. I think they are the best keepers in Brazil today.
Yeah.
Did Santos used to play for Atletico?
Yeah.
Paranaense?
Yeah,
he was very good for them.
And he played
Both.
in the final against them.
Both of them
Both,
used
yeah.
to play for Atletico.
Oh,
yes.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
both played Atletico, and the actual keeper from Atletico, Bento, is very good as well.
Yes.
Okay, and he came from
also-
Flamengo. No?
No, Bento is playing for Atletico. Santos
Okay.
came from Atletico to Flamengo, but Bento is in Atletico as well right now.
Okay, right back. How do you say right back in Portuguese? Is it
Lateral.
Direito. Yes.
Okay, so we have the Palmeiras right back, Rocha, and
Marcos.
Rodinei. Let's start with you this time, Raf.
Well, you know, Russia is not the best when it comes to attacking, but he's really good at defending. And because of that, I'll choose him.
Okay.
Well, I would choose Rodinei because he's very good at attack, even though sometimes he's not good in the back. But I rather watch a game with a side back that go forward than
Hold back.
just hold back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like it's going to be like this all the way, Enrique. So, what do you think?
No, I always prefer having an attacking fullback. So I think Rodinei for me on this one.
And Rodinei has a nice story because nobody wanted him, and when he came back, he would start to play because he was
I
a need
remember-
for that.
I remember once I was in 2016. I went to see Gremio and Flamengo. It was the first season that Rodinei in Flamengo. He just joined from Ponte Preta, and I was amazed by him. I thought he was very good. Like watching him live for the first time, he was very good. I think he commits some defensive mistakes, but attacking, he's very good. He's strong.
Yeah.
He's fast. He's quick, and I
Played well in
think
the final.
yeah.
But this year, I think was the best year in Rodinei's career. He was very good in attack. He was very good, very intense. Even Vidal was amazed by him. Call him like the airplane, avion, el avion, because he think he's very strong, and that was a good for him, strong and fast.
Okay,
And,
I love the story
even-
that didn't a fan pay for him to go to
Yes.
Internacional and play?
Oh no, a fan. He was in international playing against Flamengo, and because he was our player, he couldn't play against
Okay.
us in the
Yeah.
contract. But the fan paid like more than $1 million to let him play that match. One match
Just
was
that
$1 million
one
for one match or something like that.
And he got
And he-
sent off.
Yeah, yeah. That story is yeah.
Best
that
money
story
he's
is
ever
great.
spent.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Sorry, Raf, did you want to say something?
Yeah, well, you know, Rodney probably won't be staying at Flamengo, so there are some clubs interested in signing him. Even River Plate from Argentina.
I saw that
Sign him.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, left back. You have Felipe
For me,
Luis
It's actually Piqueires. with
Piqueires.
E. Yes.
Is it an E? Yes.
E. Yeah.
God, I'll change that. Thank you. Okay, what do you think, Enrique?
This is easy for me. I think Felipe is the best Brazilian. Apart from Marcelo, he's the best Brazilian left back in the century. So I think it's him.
Oh wow,
this one.
really?
Yeah.
Better than Roberto Carlos? Of this
Ah,
century.
because-
Come on, this century. Yeah.
Yeah, no. maybe no Roberto Carlos. Yeah, I was forgetting about him because I didn't really see him play like on his peak.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apart from Roberto and Marcelo, I think he was the best one.
Okay.
Well, Felipe Luis is very, very smart. He knows when to hold back. He knows when to go forward. He knows when to go inside. He knows when to be fast. He knows when to just touch the ball to the side. And we can't forget that he played for Atletico de Madrid for a long years, being
He
like
was
one
very
of the
good.
very
He's a clever
important
player.
from. Yeah, he's very clever, and his interviews are awesome. Always bright, always honest, always. You see that there's not a lot of media training. He just
Mhm.
see what. There was a fun fact that people said that some Twitter account come up with some a random fact that in every time he play in his birthday, he loses the match, and we won that match this year. And the interviewer said, "That bothers you that every time you play in?" And he said, "Look at me. Do you think that I'm bothered by that? Of course I'm bothered by that. I don't want to lose in my birthday, and I always do." And it's like this type of guy that
He doesn't
says
look like a
whatever.
footballer, I don't think.
Yeah.
His long
Well,
hair.
I'm a big fan of the idea of him when he stops to be a Flamengo coach. That's what I want. I think he can be good.
Yeah. He had a short spell at Chelsea.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah. Would you agree, Rafa? Or you
Yes,
want
I
to speak
would.
about
Even
Piqueira?
even though I think Piquerez is okay, but he's nowhere near Felipe Luis.
Mhm.
Felipe Luis is much better than him.
Yeah. Okay, so Felipe Luis takes this. 37, I think he is now, isn't
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
37.
he? Okay. I paired these two together. I might have made some mistakes with this, but yes, Sequeira and Leo Pereira. Let's start with
Uh,
you, Leo.
I'm not a big fan of Leo Pereira. This year he's good. I haven't watched many games with Cerqueira, so I can't. Maybe I can't vote, but if I have to vote, I'll go vote for Leo Pereira.
Okay. Okay, Rafa.
It has to be Murilo. Yes, he's good at defending. He scores a lot of headers.
Uh-huh.
He made a terrible mistake against Atlético Paranaense. He was sent off. I say that we lost the match because of him, but
Mhm.
still, if you compare him to Leo Pereira, he's better. Yes.
Okay. Enrique?
I think Murilo is better too. Yeah, I don't like Leo Pereira as much.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think he's
even
very
though
inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
even though this year is the best year of Leo Pereira in Flamengo, but
Mm.
even though I'm not a big
Mhm.
fan as well. I
He's inconsistent. Yeah, he's a bit weird.
Yeah, I miss Rodrigo Caio a lot. Rodrigo
Mm.
Caio is always injured, but this
Yeah.
guy was way better.
Has he been injured this year, Kyle?
Yeah,
Again.
a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
I like Rodrigo too. I think he's very good.
What
Yeah.
happened to Arau? I know. Does he play
Oh,
for
I know.
Fenerbahce?
He went. We sold him to, I think it was
Fenerbahce?
Fenerbahce. Was the
Yeah.
team from
Match.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Jorge Jesus
Yes.
went from Fenerbahce to play like the pre Champions League, and he
Yeah.
took Arão as one of his biggest players. And
Uh-huh.
Arão in the first match did like two big mistakes that make the team not go to the Champions League phase
Oof,
group.
okay.
So
Oh yeah. I think yeah. Okay. So 2-2. Moving on to the other
Wow.
Zaga.
This is tough.
yeah,
That's why I paired these two together.
Mhm.
So that's what that Zaga means a centre back, yeah? Zaguero.
Zagueiro.
yeah,
Yes.
I like the word Zaga.
yeah.
Okay, so Gustavo Gomez, the captain of Palmeiras, successful captain, Paraguayan. Is he from Paraguay?
Yeah.
Yes, he is from Paraguay.
And then David Luiz, the famous David Luiz. Is he not the
Yeah.
captain? Is he the captain of
No,
Flamengo? No, it's
Oh,
Everton.
he's only the captain when like 4 or 5 big players are not playing. So.
But he's had a successful career. It's taken him around the world. He was successful in spells in England.
Yeah,
People
I
keep on
think he
buying.
has a nice year this year, maybe the best in Flamengo so far. But even though I'm expecting more from him,
Mhm.
I think he can and he need to be better. But it was an okay year. It was all right. But this time I would vote for Gustavo Gomes. I know his
Okay.
was a better year.
Would you like to talk about Gustavo Gomez, Raf?
Yes, he's much better than David Luiz now. If you look at their careers, David Luiz had a better career of comparing to his.
Mhm.
But well, he's so consistent. He plays well every match. He scores a lot of headers as well. So he is the we called him the big boss when as the in our zaga as we say in Portuguese. So yes, that's I will
Wow.
vote for him.
He is like the boss, isn't he?
I
Yes.
He
voted
is.
for him as well, just to be clear. I
Yeah.
like David Luiz, but
Mhm.
I have no doubt that he's better. Gustavo Gomes this year.
It's the size of him as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a
he's
big man.
dominant too.
He's dominant in the air. He scores goals. Would you agree, Enrique?
Yeah, no, I think David Luiz is unfairly criticized because of that game against Germany. I think
Mhm.
he made some mistakes throughout his career in some big matches, but overall he's a good player. I
He's a
just think,
very talented footballer, yeah.
yeah, he's very good. I think
Mhm.
he just makes some mistakes because he might be a bit anxious. He goes forward without thinking and some that kind of stuff. But he's a good player. But
Yeah,
Gustavo is a better center back, I think.
yeah. Better leader.
David Luiz only wanna give joy to the fans.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it
that's what he
gets too
says.
easy for him. I think he's so talented, David Luiz. There's not many defenders who can play in midfield and kick the ball like he can kick the ball.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
true.
just
Fair
think
enough.
it gets too easy sometimes. So he loses concentration.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the thing.
and the biggest complaint about him is that sometimes he just don't care about the rest of the team and just go up. He
Yeah,
Yeah,
just go forward like
yeah,
randomly. Like what, man? Is we winning the match? We don't want to score another goal. Just want him to hold the defense back, and he's up in the
yeah.
attack. And like, whoa, come on.
Right. So 3-2 Palmeiras so far. Moving on to in midfield. I paired these two together.
Yeah, we changed a lot this year. We played with Thiago Maia, we played with João Gomes, we played with Vidal some matches.
Yeah.
Thiago Maia is very consistent.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes he's just not like the best player to watch, but
Yeah.
he's very effective in what he do. Like he
Hmm.
takes a lot of balls and he's not very good in attack, but he's very good at taking the ball and passing to other players.
Yeah. And you need that in a team. Not
Yeah,
everybody can play it forward. So are you choosing Thiago Maia
yeah, yeah,
ahead of Danilo?
yeah.
Okay. Raf?
Well, Danilo had a good start of the season, but when he played for the national team, he didn't play actually. He went there for some friendly matches,
Yeah.
but when he got back from that, he wasn't the same player. So um, if I had to choose how they're playing now, Thiago Maia is doing better than Danilo, so I would vote for him.
Wow. Okay. Enrique?
Yeah,
yeah. I think I like Danilo a lot, but I think currently Thiago Maia is playing a bit better than him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Danilo's like got potential, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Left-footed central
He's got
midfield player,
maybe for next season he'll
young
get
player.
better. He'll get better as it was.
Hmm. Okay. So 3-3. And I don't know if this is the right pairing, to be honest, but Zé Rafael plays for Palmeiras regularly, and I chose João Gomez.
cool. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Okay. See you, Enrique.
Sorry,
I will
guys.
take your
Sorry.
place.
No
No
worries,
problem.
Henrique.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All
Bye,
right.
man.
Bye-bye. I will be
Well,
Enrique. Go on.
Okay. So you're gonna have
João
to
Gomes
vote.
has João Gomes has a nice year this year. He has a bright future. He's evolving a lot. I think he's playing better in attack uh, this year rather than last year. And defensive wise, he's good as well. I think he's very consistent. I like him very much,
I think a
and
few
all the
teams
fans
are
like him.
interested. Yeah.
Yeah,
A few teams are interested in him.
yeah. I mean, in the position that he plays, I think he's very useful for a lot of teams. You know, he can play like first defender, he can play a second defender, he can go up a little bit. He
Yeah.
just can't play like offensive midfielder, but
Yeah.
he knows how to organize the midfielder.
Yeah. And Raphael is a similar type of quite defensive midfielder.
Yeah, but he attacks quite often and
Mhm.
he scores a lot of free kicks, which
Okay.
is not usual these days.
Yeah.
I think he was criticized a lot back in the day, but now he's playing well like most matches.
Hmm.
So I wasn't expecting him to become that good as he
Hmm.
did. So yeah, I would say I would vote for him now, even though I think João Gomes will be a better player than him. So
Okay.
maybe in 1 or 2 years, João Gomes would be
Mhm.
playing for Brazil, but and Rafael never did.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I think well now Zé Rafael is better, but João
Mhm.
Gomes will be better than him in the future.
Mhm. I'm going to agree with you, Raf. Based on this season, I'm going to say Raphael has had a better season.
Yes.
Sorry, Leo.
No worries.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one,
Yeah,
but
it
you
is.
can't. You can't. There's if there's one player in Flamengo that I don't allow any Flamengo fans to complain about it or to say bad things is Everton Ribeiro. He's the master. He's
Yeah.
the best one. He's always playing for the team. He knows when to defend, when to attack. He I know that Arrascaeta is normally the magician, the guy who's the best plays, but he's
Mhm.
always playing for the team. Everton Ribeiro is always playing for the team. He knows
Yeah.
uh, it's very useful and he's very good and he know how to dribble, how to defend, how
Yeah.
to hold the ball, how to organize plays, and how to talk to other players. There was a game that he was showing Gabigol where to go and how to go like that and
Mhm.
things like that. For this year and all his history in Flamengo, I'll vote for him every day.
Okay. Thank you, Leo. How about you, Raf?
That's very difficult to say because it's it's difficult. Well, they're both amazing.
Mm.
So they are the
Both
ones
left-footed.
who are always creating scoring opportunities for both clubs. If they don't score, they assist
Mhm.
the scorer. So
They take free kicks.
they take free kicks. Yes,
Left-footed.
I have some numbers here, but still, it's very balanced, leveled. But Scarpa has more goals and more assists than Everton, so I
Mm.
will vote for him based on that. Yes,
Okay.
But using your own argument to be in the national team, Everton Ribeiro is in the national team.
that's true. That's true,
He's
and
in the
he's
squad.
probably playing in the World Cup some matches.
He will
Mm,
come on. I think he will get minutes, especially if Brazil need to see a game out and keep the ball. He is a classy player who can play anywhere. I'm going to
yeah,
give it to Everton Ribeiro. Scarpa isn't. Yeah, he's been very important for Palmeiras this year, taking free kicks. He's delivered the ball into dangerous areas all of the time. He's been exciting, but yeah, Everton Ribeiro takes it for me. Okay.
Scarpa has a nice year, but he had a lot of ups and downs in the last couple years. That's I think that's tougher. I mean, that's even tougher.
It is.
That's
It's that, yeah. When I was
yeah,
putting this together, I was thinking there's some really interesting
yeah,
matchups here.
yeah. I mean, Arrascaeta for me is one of the best players that plays for Flamengo ever. When he's playing well, that is often, he takes a lot of plays from nowhere, like you don't see it coming, and then boom, the ball is very well passed to the striker and scored, or sometimes he scored the goal.
Yeah.
He's that type of player that we can expect everything, like you're not that
Yeah.
that bicycle that how I don't know how to say it in English. Bicycle as well, that
Bicycle
Yeah,
kick
kick
when
or overhead
bicycle.
kick.
bicycle kick, man, from out of the box a couple years ago. That was
Yeah.
one of the most impressive things I ever saw.
Mhm.
He's great. He's awesome. But
Yeah.
every time we play against Palmeiras, to do is always a pain in the ass for us. He's always playing well. He's very intense. He's very fast. He know how to dribble. He know how to shoot. He know how to. I'll vote for Arrascaeta just because I see it playing more, and he's very important for Uruguay team
Mhm.
as well. He
Yeah.
will play World Cup and gonna be a major role in their
Mhm.
team.
Yeah.
But Dudu is awesome.
Yeah.
I can't complain about Dudu.
Mhm.
I would like him in Flamengo. He's awesome.
Mhm. How about you, Raf?
Well, I used to say that Dudu was never decisive when it comes to playing bigger matches, but
Mhm.
he did that quite a lot this season.
Mhm.
And Arrascaeta, he he's like he's a genius, we as we say here in
The
Portuguese.
magician.
But
Yeah.
yeah, magician. But when it comes to, well, if you have a look at the Libertadores finals, which he has played,
Mhm.
it wasn't that magical.
Yeah.
And even, well, because of that,
Mhm.
I would vote for Dudu, even though I don't think Dudu played that well last
Mhm.
season. Well, when it comes to Libertadores, but this season Dudu
Mhm.
is playing very well. Arrascaeta too. It's always tough to choose,
Yeah.
but yeah, because I am a Palmeiras fan, I have to choose Dudu.
Thanks for that, Raf. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, up to
I,
you.
Now it's up to you, Paul.
yeah, I
Let's
like.
see.
I know. I like them both, but I'm thinking, who would I like to play against, or who would I not like to play against? I think Arrascaeta. Like when I see him, he does things with the ball and does little tricks and movements, and that take your breath away a little bit. You're like, wow, it's like his ball control is amazing. But I think I would not like to play against Dudu. If
It's
Dudu's
fast.
running at you and just his low
Yeah.
center of gravity, the way he moves and his strength and power, I think, and based on this season, I think overall Arrascaeta has had a better 5 years than Dudu, definitely. But I'm gonna say Dudu. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not complain about it. I have a Flamengo point of view, but I can't deny that Dudu is awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on then. Last two places.
Wow. Gabigol scored the Libertadores final. So that's it. No, I think Gabigol this year he have to, I will not say reinvent himself, but he needed to learn how to play in another role. Pedro
Yeah.
this year scored all the goals,
Mhm.
and Gabigol even dropped a goal from his name on the shirt. Only left Gabi because he was not that that
He
guy
didn't
that
score.
strikes a lot of goal this
Yeah.
year. But
Really.
but but he played very well. Every match he was nice passes, nice movements, nice everything. Even
Mhm.
though Horny scored that two bicycles, incredible ones, but he
Incredible goal.
misses a lot before getting it right.
Yeah.
But because of the history and because of the goal in the final,
Mhm.
and because how he bring the fans
Mhm.
closer to the team, Gabigol. There's no way.
Okay, I see. Yeah, he's a good personality for the club. He like a
Yeah,
talisman. He's the talisman, isn't he?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Arrascaeta, Everton Ribeiro, all the players that we talked about before,
Mhm.
he they are not that player that give like a very interviews that fans
Yeah.
gonna comment about it. They don't go to the fans and make him go up and they play with him.
Yeah.
Gabigol is this type of player. He's
Yeah.
that kind of star. You
He's
can
that.
love it or hate it, but he's the only one in this team that do that. So I
Mm,
think it's an important thing.
yeah. And Ronnie is similar in some ways, isn't he? He likes to engage with the fans a little bit. He's quite charismatic. Not like Gabigol in a different way, but he is a charismatic player, I think. Raf, what do you think?
Now, the biggest difference between the two of them is that Honey doesn't chat shit like Gabigol does. We That's why everybody hates Gabigol. If you're not a fan of the club he's playing for, you hate him
Yeah.
because he's always chit chatting here. So yes, um, and because of the two bicycle goals, I would vote for Honey.
Mhm. I know. I think I'm going to go with you, Raf. Sorry, Leo. I think I like Gabby Gall. He's a dangerous striker. Definitely, like he's a striker. He's a finisher. There's not many in the game anymore.
Yeah,
Um, but Hone has had a good season. Those two bicycle kick goals based on this season.
I can't complain. I would not disagree. Honey was good, and Gabigol. Even Flamengo fans had some arguments in favor or against Gabigol. Many fans want to see maybe a Cebolinha plays in the main squad and Gabigol not. But
Yeah,
I always gonna be on the side of Gabigol because I think he's play a important role in the team.
yeah. His character's important too.
Yeah,
Okay, so 6-4. Moving on to the last player.
that's not even. That's not even. I mean, one is starting. Well, all the luck to him. I wish that Hendrik will be a great players, great player in next couple years. But Pedro has a he. We can't complain about it. He's just an amazing striker. He
Yeah,
just score always in many different ways. He has uh, a lot of plays that he knows how to do. He's one of the best. Um, how do you say pivot half
It's
in
like the striker. I would say maybe
it's
the
like a
striker.
one.
striker, but to play
Target
like
man.
Yeah, because
but
this is a
to
word. I don't know if you have these a word for this in English because it's more used in futsal. It's like the guy who's always uh, standing there up in the front, so he would
Target man.
want
I
the
think we say
target
a
man.
target man. So you can hit the ball
yeah,
up to him. He will keep hold of it, bring others
Yes,
into play.
exactly. And he know how to protect the ball. He know how to pass it well. He know how to just quickly turn and score. He know how to play. Having the goal in his back, playing for his team and receiving the ball, just touching to other. He's very complete, and he scored a lot of goals.
Yeah.
There's Pedro for sure.
He's a good target. So target man. How do you say it in Portuguese?
pivot.
Pivot,
Pivot. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's had a good season. He's in the Brazilian squad, but Endrick is exciting, though. I think Rafa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything Leo said about Pedro. I wish Palmeiras could have signed him. We tried, but Flamengo didn't want
Mhm.
uh, to let him go.
Would you?
Uh,
Could you? Well, sorry. If you could sign a player now, Endrick or Pedro, who would you sign?
Now, definitely Hendrik, because we know that he will be playing in a very good level
Mhm.
for years, and still Pedro will be playing for in a high level for
Yeah,
maybe 3 or 4 seasons or even more. I'm not sure how old he is,
yeah.
and
How,
but
It,
I would definitely go for Pedro, for Hendrik, not Pedro.
to sign Endrick.
But yes,
Who?
if I have to vote now, it would be
Mhm.
Pedro. But
Yeah,
Pe-
I love Hendrik, and I think he's going to be a massive. Yeah.
yeah.
Pedro is 25 years old. He's not old.
No, he's
Okay.
quite
Okay.
young, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
So, who would you
All
like
right.
to be your striker next season? If you had to choose between the two, who would you like
Now
to be your
I would
striker
definitely choose Hendrik because of
next
the way
season?
Palmeiras play. Yes, because you have to be fast for when you play for Palmeiras attack. Because
Yeah.
Palmeiras, when we play against big clubs like Flamengo, we would
Mhm.
tend to defend and counter attack. So
Mhm.
a player like Hendrik would be better to fit in these kind of situations
Yeah.
that we always face.
Uh,
So I would definitely go with Hendrik. Yes.
Who would you pick, Leo, next
I
season?
would pick Pedro for sure.
Yeah.
He's young. He's
Mhm.
already showed to be a great player with a lot of plays in his
Mhm.
sleeves.
Mhm.
Hendrik could have can have a nice future, but it's
Yeah.
just a projection. I can remember how many players, young players in Flamengo, showed up, and we say, "Oh, this is gonna be the next big thing," and they didn't end up. A lot of
Yeah.
things can happen. He's very young, and so many things can happen for good or for bad.
Yeah, it's an important time in a player's life, I think, from the age of like 16 to 20. Yeah.
And the
But
next season is going to be very important. He will be like the guy to watch, to be watched, and the guy to watch from everybody else.
and the
And let's
defenders,
see how he deal with all the pressure being so young like that.
the pressure and all of the big defenders he's playing against. Yeah,
Yeah.
big tough defenders. He's only just turned 16. So yeah.
And now the defenders know him,
Mm.
so they know better how to mark him. But
But
let's hope for
still,
him
even,
to.
even though they know him, it's difficult to stop him because
Yeah.
it's too fast.
Hmm. Like I said, he reminds me of Rooney. I know you don't like that, but Rooney passed on when he was 16.
Oh,
Rooney's
that's an
had a
easy
great
one.
career. Rooney is
That
probably
Yes,
England's best
yes,
ever player,
yes.
I would say. One of my top three,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well,
Okay,
that's an easy one. I think there
coach.
will be no Abel Ferreira for sure. Don't
Yeah.
even no.
He organizes a
Dorival.
team a bit better, doesn't he? I would say.
Uh,
Yes, I don't think Dorival would do the same things Abel does with Palmeiras squad.
Hmm.
no. Dorival is
Yeah,
very coward. He's very coward. He's very
Too
uh
cautious.
I don't know. Yeah, he take a lot of caution, and
Hmm.
you end up taking away all the great
Hmm.
things from watching football.
Yeah. Okay. So this is not the starting lineup, but let's remember who we chose. Waverton in goal, right back,
It was Rodinei.
Rodinei,
Ah,
left back,
incredibly. David Luiz,
Felipe,
uh,
Felipe Luiz. Yeah.
Felipe Luis. In defense, we
and you have
had. Were you calling him Murillo?
God, just one L.
Just one L, Murillo. Okay, thank you. And then Gustavo Gomez.
Gomez.
Piqueires.
Yeah,
Gustavo Gomes. Yeah.
I've done it a little bit wrong there. In midfield, we had
Okay.
Thiago Maia, and
Yes.
then Zé
Zé
Rafael,
Rafael.
and then it was between what was it, Arrascaeta and Dudu. Oh,
I
we
think it
went
was
for
Everton. Maybe
Everton
maybe a
Ribeiro,
few
yeah,
years
Yeah.
back, Everton Ribeiro.
Everton Ribeiro. This formation is not right. I think like Palmeiras play 4-2-3-1, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
And then we had Dudu and Honey, and the last one was Pedro,
Pedro.
with the coach being Ferreira.
Yeah.
The combined 11, Palmeiras
Yeah.
and Flamengo 2022.
Yeah. The only sad part is to not see Arrascaeta in there, but the rest I
Mm.
can deal with.
Yeah, I can understand that. He is a mercurial talent. He has such
Yeah.
skill. He takes my breath away. So he did something in the Copa Libertadores final, which it wasn't much, but it was just like a nice piece of control and turn, and it was
Yeah.
yeah,
He can change it how the team plays. He changes how the speed, how fast we go, how fast we don't go, how fast we hold, how he changed our way of play.
yeah. So will you be watching the matches today? Flamengo got beat, didn't they, by Corinthians midweek?
Yeah, yeah. Was I we're not very into that match, but yeah, Corinthians played well. That striker is good, Yuri Alberto.
Yeah,
He's playing well, and maybe next year he'll be even better.
yeah.
He's young. He's 21, I guess.
Is he? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
He plays like an old player, I think.
yeah.
He plays.
21. He's 21. That's the thing. I
Yeah.
think I think he can evolve and be better next
He's a
year.
strong player, isn't he? For a young
Yeah,
striker, he's strong.
yeah.
Yeah. And Palmeiras this weekend, what's happening, Raf?
Yeah, we're playing Cuiabá, so it's going to be a boring match. But maybe I think Palmeiras want to be unbeatable playing away. So maybe I think Palmeiras must win this match.
Yeah.
And Cuiabá, they need to win the match because otherwise they will get into relegation area. So I don't know. Well, it's they need to win, but I think Palmeiras might win like 1-0 probably. Yeah,
Okay.
like do the basic.
I think it's
stuff
all
to win the
about
match.
keeping and developing and Endrick. I think these last
Yes.
few games. So it's like you only
Yeah.
released him until you had won the league, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
So that will
it's
be
now,
maybe there might be more young players in the squad for these last matches. So we'll see.
Yeah, but it was good for Corinthians. I mean, we never won or lose, but it was good for Corinthians to win because Corinthians was a good team this year, and they deserve to be in Libertadores. And just with that win, they just qualified to be in Libertadores next year. So it's a good thing for them.
yeah, I think they've been good this year too. Okay, men, thank you very much today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I will post this. I will chop it up and edit it and maybe make it more appealing for people to watch. But I appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you for having me. And now all eyes on Vasco, and that's
All
it.
eyes on Vasco tomorrow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's going to be massive.
See you.
Right, lads.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.